guys, welcome to the next episode of the updates for Liverpool, and this will be the final update before I take things into live commentaries again. I will get back to that in a moment, but looking at the league table, it's the final league table. I think this is season 19 or 20, I don't know. I don't check beforehand, but as you can see, um, quite possibly one of our best seasons ever. Now, it didn't feel like it though. It was really weird, but nevertheless, if you look at it, most wins, the least draws, I think. Yep, the least losses, the most goals, joint best conceded or least conceded, it should be, and the best goal difference. So all in all, it all adds up to 98 points, just too shy of the 100 barrier, which you have yet to break. It's surprising, really. How many seasons? Nearly 20 or something. Sorry, I was just searching there. Something like 20 seasons nearly, and I've yet to break the 100 points, even with, the quality teams that we've had. Teams down below, Blackburn, which is quite weird since they just got relegated, of course. Watford, as in real life, Watford and Villa. I wonder if that is how it might look. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Look at that. It's odd to see Blackburn, Bolton, and Wigan all around there. That's really weird to see. Top six down, as you can see. Gap is still pretty big. Sunderland this time coming in 7th, City in 6th, United 5th, Chelsea, Arsenal and Tottenham. Tottenham really pushed us this year, but eventually we just broke away from them right at the last there. So just going over some transfers, which I think I've already discussed, the likes of Meyer, Antunes. This guy here, this is a youngster. I'm going to really sort of get into more regens again now that we're talking about post-start game regens. Now we're talking about regens who weren't even born when it started the game. So this is one guy signed here from Ajax. Now, of course, signing an Ajax player, a youngster, is always good. It's especially if you can get them for as cheap as possible. Whether obviously it means Ajax think he's any good or not depends. But nevertheless, you look at a player like this guy. This is Abels, and he's got decent potential. If I look at his report here. Quality player, 3.5-star potential, so that is possibly a new right back that we could have in the future. Looking at, and also you may have saw there as well, Jose Enrique Perez has moved to Tottenham of all teams. Now I thought might as well cash in on him since he was going to leave on a Bosman, so I got an extra 8 million for him, so I got some money back from him. I realised I sell him to Tottenham, fair enough. Me and Tottenham do a lot of deals. Almost points out, but it was like I lost go as a free, and it was like, well, he was slightly different, but nevertheless, I still managed to get 8 million. It was either 8 million or just release him, so I'm obviously going to take the money. Fixtures then, going over our fixtures for this season then, back down to February where we last left off. As you can see, it was we had somewhat of a. Well, it was very, very good. It was just like odd slip-ups, except with the exception of this Ajax game, which was a gimme. I just threw that one away because we'd already qualified in first. Arsenal and a draw against Leicester. There really wasn't much to talk about. And you had your loss against Man United. It was just the occasional loss, and we were winning quite a lot. So we played Everton. I think I'm not sure if I show you. I'll show you anyway. In the next round of the FA Cup in the 4th round, and we won. As you can see, we just kept winning with wins. When we played Arsenal at home in the league, and they have forever caused us all sorts of problems. But in this game, it was just no problem. We just dominated. I think it was. Let me just. I think someone was missing. No, I'm trying to think who played. Yeah, they were just rubbish. I mean, we were great. I'm not going to lie. We were really good here, but they couldn't knock it in the game. I think I couldn't put down why, but they were pretty poor. They played Sunderland in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Silvani and Alonso and an own goal. So this is where it gets a little bit weird. Champions League. So we had 1-1 in the Dragao here against Porto. Fredinho got us the away goal, and I thought, okay, that's decent. I'll take that. We then so this is then a big thing here with the cup. So we had the FA Cup, we had the Champions League, and then we had the League Cup final, which we won, as you saw. On penalties, we pretty much dominated the whole game. Sadler with the goal. In fact, I'll show you these. In fact, I'll show you this. I'll show you how this all went out. We pretty much dominated the whole game. I'm not going to lie. It was it was pretty comfortable until about the 70th, 80th minute when they started really to press in. As you can see, possession was better. We had more shots, about more on target, better possession. This is the first goal right here. In the first half, lovely Sadler-esque, very very Gerrard-esque goal by Trevor Sadler. He is very like Steven Gerrard, I must say. Take his attributes and put him on there. So yeah, we were doing really well, and I thought, well, this game's over at this point, and I think it's still. This is probably a little lazy on my part. I still put us in control. I think it was either control or attacking, and they just came out of nowhere and did that. I was desperately irritated at this point because, of course, Pino, there, former player of mine, I thought, oh, he's not going to be any good. How wrong I was. And then we had the penalties here, so this went all the way to penalties. So Fredinho scored. Cartwright, who I've had my eye on from Tottenham for a while, he scored. Guyan then scored. So it's 2-2. It's absolutely. I think the game could keep up. Shug missed, and I thought, fuck, wait, that's it. And then Rainey hit the bar, which was very helpful. Florian Mayer, who hammered it home, and this guy, who I don't even know his name, someone missed the bar, and Simon Moore wins it for us there. So, sorry if you couldn't keep up with that, that's the pace of the game, so I'll just show you that very quickly. Shug missed, but then thankfully Rainey missed for them. Mayer scored, then how do you say it? Chadenu, I don't know how you say that. Missed for them, and that allowed the chance for Simon Moore to score the winner for us. So one in the bag, or two in the bag, since we have, as you know, we won the League Cup. The League Cup and the Premier League. So that's two in the bag. There was then 3-2 at the Man City Stadium. I still can't get over why it's called that. There you go. It's not the Etihad. It is a new stadium. Two for Fredinho and one for Bergen. Then it went a bit weird at home. It all went horribly wrong in the Champions League. So we got knocked out, as you saw there. It was an early goal, and I thought, we should really get off from this. But no, we were poor. We were just rubbish. We just couldn't score. When they defended like beavers, but in the end we just couldn't break them down. And David Brand had a shocker, as you saw there, 5.7, pretty rubbish. Defensively, we were okay. I think this was from a set piece, that goal. So that was annoying. So it's not going to be a quad. However, we can still go on possibly to win the FA Cup yet again, as very similar to in the FA as the real life FA Cup, of course, when we played Man United in the FA Cup. A very late goal, 1-0 at home to take us into the semi-finals. And I have many crash dumps here. Hang on, there we go. And it was in the last couple of minutes, and it bounced off Nolan, the goalkeeper, and off Sadler's shot. I don't know why he hit it at the goalkeeper when he was side onto the goal, but there you go. And yeah, that sent us through a very cagey game. I mean, United weren't that great. They had one shot on target, which was okay. And then I thought, oh shit, we're going to start losing this league, as Byron Barnes here, the youngster, scored their own goal. Castillo got sent off. Discipline was all over the place. I played Shaw here. He wasn't that great. Guy came on, he wasn't that good. And no one really impressed me today. And it was similar to Porto in a way. They just defended like absolute beavers, and there's nothing we could do. But we bounced back with a succession of wins here against lesser clubs, and we got the lucky draw again here as we played Ipswich in the semi-finals. I realise, that we haven't necessarily had a lot of difficult opposition to pass, and we've had to, play Chelsea, City, United, like that, but not Tottenham, Arsenal. The two. I have real no trouble beating Chelsea most of the time, United sometimes, City sometimes, but Arsenal and Tottenham are the two ones I really do struggle with. But you see, Ipswich, easy passage to the final. So we got to it at that point, and then this was like a big title decider. There was a few games to go at this point, but it was a title decider. Looked like we were going to go and win at Tottenham Stadium, not White Hart Lane. But unfortunately, Nezi Ali, he scored a great free kick, and that was 1-1. But we were still in the lead at this point, so we Glad's not through in these last few games, and we played Chelsea in the FA Cup final. Unfortunately, it was not to be a repeat of the, or for Chelsea at least, it was not to be a repeat for them in real life. Mainly because the teams are totally different, of course, but it was 0-0 all the way through to full time, and then again, my team talk was quite aggressive, saying, "Come on, get better, get stuck in and all that." they turned up eventually, and we scored 3 in the second half of extra time. So yeah, thank God. So unfortunately, I mean, I'm not going to talk about that final since it was a pretty shit final, to be honest. But there you go. And we finished off with a game against Man United, which I think was, yeah, I think this was a dead game, to be honest. But played Alaba his last game, Fredinho, not his last game obviously, but there were a few people who I was considering letting go. Alaba obviously was retiring. I don't know. I don't know, I'm talking about my arse when I say that. Actually, I'm thinking about letting go. I wasn't thinking about that for anyone. I've had players like Novello who say they want a new challenge. I have managed to talk them out of it, but I don't know how long for I'm going to be able to do that, because it becomes more common every couple of days. Then they'll start asking, "I want a new challenge," and you have to keep convincing them. It's so annoying. So yeah, that was that. So we got the league, we got the FA Cup, and we got the League Cup. It was a treble, not a bloody quad, which is the one I want now. But nevertheless, it's a good treble again. It was better than the last few seasons, and I'm happy with the squad now. If I just show you it, overall, no main, I know it's superstar. It's a horrible way of saying it, but superstars. No standout player. Fredinho, yes, with 17. Castillo on his debut season, not bad at all with 15. Sadler, the captain now, real best ever with 15. Suarez with 14. Silvani missed quite a lot of the season actually. He missed a bit, didn't quite a lot, but missed a chunk. He still got 11 goals. Young Jackson there chipping in with 3. Defender Sam Moore chipping in with 6 as well. It's pretty good. So yeah, overall I'm actually quite happy with these lads' performances. So yeah, that's basically the team there, showing you that. Show you the stats as well. Overall, as you can see, no one really stood out in terms of the league with goals. Obviously, you've got the one man who always scores the goals, but average rating, we had 3 in the top there. Obviously, I realise Jose Enrique isn't going to be here anymore since he is leaving. But Sadler, as ever, in top 5. Simon Moore finished second, actually joint top with Billy Young, which is good. Of course, one of the big players at Arsenal. As you can see how good he is there with 25 goals and 8 man of the matches. And yeah, I can't click on it. Hang on. See, Greg Band was the best one. Of course, he only played any games. Of course, he is my reserve goalkeeper. He will be leaving, as I have a young goalkeeper I'll introduce you to him. But as you can see, all fairly nicely dotted around. In trade, I've had a look at this David Ritson guy, who obviously finished in the top 10 for Wigan. Unfortunately, he's not that good, so don't let that confuse you. He is not that good. Yeah, I'm going to show you this real quick as well. So my youth team. This guy was Lee Barton, as you can see here. He's 16. He has a really good potential. He's just come through. Obviously, when you have youth players, and then when your assistant manager describes them as being potentially one of the best of their generation, then that's pretty good. I mean, he's only 6'2". That's not that big. I mean, for a goalkeeper, you expect to be bigger. That's about David De Gea, a little bit bigger. Bear in mind Simon Moore there, my centre back, is 6'7". So, but if we look at this report here, 3 stars, a little bit better than Ramirez. And how goes Ramirez? Obviously, I don't want to talk about his antics when he went to grab the ball in Barcelona and fell backwards over the line. But I think that has actually improved. I'm a little bit ahead of you guys now. I'm actually caught up to myself. But since he gave him a run in the first team, no, I didn't. That's a lie. I gave him a few goes in friendlies. Sorry, he's actually gone up to 3.5 stars now. So, so he looks really good. Hopefully, she'll give him a few games in the future. Also got quite a few other players. I'll just show you a look at the values here. Got Sekou Kone, of course. I brought in from Leon, I think, or somewhere. Looks really good. As reports I've mentioned before, 3.5 stars. The 3.5 stars is good. I know you might not think that's not that good, is it really? But on this, because I'm using a small database, I've mentioned many times before, small database, and the fact that I've only got the Premier League active means 3.5 stars is actually very, very good indeed. 4 stars is outstanding, and I've yet to see any more than 4 stars on this save. Even Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo were not 4.5 stars or more. So he looks really good. Hopefully, future centre back. This guy who came through the rankings as well, called Aiden Taylor. Where's he from? Some crew. None of them are from Liverpool. Oh, could be the next Peter Crouch. Really? He's 6'1". What? I'm sorry. If someone said to me as a footballer, said, you know, lad, you could beat next Peter Crouch, I'd be very, very, very concerned. I'd say, what am I, skinny, lanky, goofy face? Look, actually, no, that's harsh. I love Peter Crouch. Um, yeah, I mean, he's 2.5 stars, not bad. I mean, that's yeah, same as Silvani, and he's I mean, okay, I should just point out, you may have looked at him and thought, okay, he's not a number nine. He hasn't looked that great. He's has been injured a bit. His attributes are pretty good, but obviously, as I've mentioned before, uh, one of the main attributes that you've got to look for in most players, especially foreign players, is let me find it here. What's it called? I forgot what it's called now. Hold on, one sec. That doesn't matter. I don't think it's there. Actually, yeah, I'm surprised it actually isn't there, which is a bit weird. Um, I assume it's got something to do with adaptability. Now, I'm not too sure if it's all there or not, but adaptability. You look at this in coaches, but I don't know. I personally think it should be in players. Um, Whether obviously it means something else in this attribute, I don't know because I haven't really analysed it that well. But as you can see, he can't even speak English yet. He's come to his end of his first season and he doesn't speak English, so not even basic English. So I'm going to assume his adaptability isn't great. And to be fair, for what he got and the time he was injured, I didn't think he was that bad. So I'm going to assume he is going to improve over the next few seasons, so I'm willing to give him a chance. He's only 24 at the end of the day as well. Good Argentinian striker, you can't go wrong with him. So he's another lad there, Ethan Taylor. Shout out to those in crew. Come on, go back. There we go. I've talked about Barton. We've also got a guy called Paul Baird. These are just my youngsters. I'm sure I'm just going to show you now from Northern Ireland, from Ballymena. Ballymena. There we go. Sorry, I've got a blocked nose in case you couldn't tell. And this is where you start getting to like pointing. Defensive midfielders, potentially a fairly good player, similar level as Attila Masari, who is one of my genuinely good centre mids. Now I mean, he's that anchor man. He might make a good sort of type player to Lucas or one player I like. I don't know why Chelsea fans don't seem to. Is Ramayu, of course, the Chelsea DCM. Um, who else? That DCM role. You know what I'm talking about. Makaleli role. I'm sure everyone knows that. And I'll just show you this last one here. This is Callum Breen, who seems to score quite a lot as well, as you can guess. Even though he has an Irish name, I assume he's just English. He's from Bolton. So yeah, 1 star. So that's about it at the moment. So he's not good enough, but he does seem to score a lot of goals. Weirdly, this guy, especially for a midfielder. Oh, hang on. He's only scored 2. Well, I think that was in friendly then. Okay, but I'll show you them reserves as well, because I know a lot of people have been asking for these guys. A lot of these guys will be going the likes of. Brett Torrance has done all right. I'll be fair. I'll be fair to the lad. He done okay, but he just isn't good enough. Just quite not good enough. I mean, he's a decent player. Yes, he is a decent player, but that's not good enough at this level. I need him to be better than that. But I'm assuming he'll do quite well. And the rest, as you can see, I mean, obviously I've got like the young players here. I've got Golla, Maloney, Antonez, Barnes, Tong, all playing in there. Young players, all in the reserves. So they're actually quite good because they've qualified for the European reserves competition, whatever that is. So yeah, that's just my little reserves. And that is basically that. So we are now gearing up for the next season. I think I realised I should probably have shown you the season review there. There you go. As you can see, that is now the 30th Premier or League title we've won. That means I'll have 12 overall, which is pretty damn good. Now, so I'm gearing up for next season, which will be completely live. I'm going to do game by game live commentaries once again with Liverpool, and the main reason I'm going to be doing that is because it is for the first time. It's going to be an all regen team. Now, I tried this with a Benfica team. If you watched way back in FM11, I tried it. I got hold of a database which was which started in 2050, and I took over Benfica. So basically, these were all players you didn't know. They were all fictional, obviously all created, and I sort of took over and I got into it and I was like, I don't like this. This is too difficult. It was too difficult. I didn't know the players, and to be honest, I've mentioned before, everyone goes, oh, you're so great at FM. I'm not that great, guys, honestly. I'm not that great. I get quite lucky at times. And, I'm managing teams like Liverpool. I'll admit there are a lot easier teams to manage than Liverpool, of course. But Liverpool aren't that difficult to manage. You know, you just got to have a bit. Well, if you've got a bit of competence, you could manage Liverpool very easily and do what I do. So yeah, I kind of struggled with that, but I think it was mainly because I wasn't used to the team. The difference here is I'm very used to this team. I'm enjoying myself this team. That's why I've just kept going into 2030. And I plan to go even further and just see where we go past 2050 even. I don't know, but basically, yeah, it will be. We're going to be stopping the reviews now. It will be game by game. Um, and obviously the fact that I finished university now has opened up a bit of time for me. I do have a few side projects on, so obviously I'm devoting a bit of time to that. But I have not got enough time to do live commentaries for this again. So yeah, I will be back. I don't know when, but whenever the next episode is due out, it will be. Well, it's not going to be episode one. It's going to be an intro. I'm going to be introducing you to my team. Um, just to give everyone a clear go. And yeah, so for those asking about Cardiff, it is getting live streamed. As I say, I've just finished university now, so I now have more time to do that. When I'm not playing this, I will do Cardiff. So just hold out for that. It will be on Twitch. It's not going to be on YouTube since YouTube streaming is terrible at the moment. And yeah, so apart from that, lads, thanks for watching. Give the video a like, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.